Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're gonna be talking about how you can customize your TBT shop in a couple of different ways in order to make it more branded, more you, more, just aesthetically pleasing. And so we're gonna talk about a few different things that you can do in order to just customize your shop. And that's gonna include 5 different things in here. So without further ado, let's get started. So number one is when you are customizing your TBT shop, you're gonna wanna have a logo. You might even wanna have more than one logo just for different purposes, but you wanna have at least one logo. Your logo is what's going to be like your little header that pops up when it says your shop, and it's also going to be things that you might add to different products in order for copyright, or you might add to your thumbnails and just different things, and you really want it to kind of capture who you are and what your store is about. So I actually have two different logos to for different purposes. One of them is just the words of my store name in my font with my color, and then a couple of music notes on top. It's very simple, and I use that more for things like on Pinterest pins, on my actual thumbnails. Sometimes I put it on there and stuff like that. The other logo I have is the one that you see on my TBT shop up at the top, and that has, again, the words, it has my little music notes, it has my color, but it has a picture of me. I like having the picture of me on my TBT shop because I feel like it reminds people that the TBT shop is actually a teacher that is there instead of just some mythical corporation. I used to just have words, and that's fine too, so that's just kind of up to you however you would like to do that. But I'm gonna suggest that for this one and for most of your TBT shop stuff that you actually do it in Canva. So that's how I'm gonna show you how to do it here.
First of all, we're going to make your logo. Your logo is really important because that is what pops up on your TBT store, big and prominent here. And then also you sometimes have versions where you put them on your products. So you can see if I click here that there's a little tiny logo down in the bottom left of my product cover here, and it's slightly different than this one. You want them to be pretty similar, but basically this is the simple version of mine. So it has the words, and it has a couple of music notes, and then it has my color and the font, and then this is kind of a more complex version to do that. Making a logo is super simple. All you need to do is create a design here in Canva. I'll link Canva down below. You can get started for free, and you just click on logo. Easy peasy. And then you can get started using one of their templates or creating your own. So you can look through and check those out. You can also search for different logo types. Now, one little hack that I have is to make sure that yours kind of stands out from other people's. You might not actually want to go to education because there probably are some education templates. Okay, so here's some education templates. There's some really cute ones, oh my gosh, the little blocks and all the books. But in order to make sure that yours stands out, an easy thing you can do is just to look at something different. So instead of looking at education, look at coffee. Okay, so here's coffee shop logos, and then you can use those and you can adapt them to whatever you want, and you can change them so that way they're, not the same as everybody else's, but you still have something unique. So let's say you just really I don't know, something. This one, you like this one. Great. Okay, now we're probably going to get rid of the coffee because you probably don't want to be talking about coffee. So we can replace that with something else. So let's go to elements, and then we're just going to type in math and add some stuff. Okay, so maybe we want this to be part of your logo. You can change out the colors by just clicking on the colors up here and then clicking on something else, and it will change them. If you don't like that, you can click back, and then you can move on. So then we want to put your name here. And there you go. You can also change that to a different font. So if you wanted this little student font, great. Now you have that. I would not do that because those don't look good together. And then you want to make your words as big as possible so that people can actually see them on your logo. Okay, so here's the logo. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing, but there we are. Now, if you wanted to add a photo logo, like how I have this one here at the top, then I'm just going to actually add a page. and that gives me a second page. I'm going to go to photos. I already have photos of myself that I have uploaded. Sorry, I'm going to go to uploads. I already have photos of myself because y'all know that I, have thumbnails all the time. And so I've got a lot of stuff going on. So I'm just going to pick one of them. Here's me in my classroom. Yay, classroom. And then you can change some things. Now, if you have the paid version of Canva, you can actually get rid of the background. So you can click edit image and then click background remover, and it'll get rid of all of the stuff in the background. This is really handy if you don't actually want your style to come through. And so now I just have like the photo of me. I can move it over a little bit if I want to, and that's all great. Then I can add my other stuff. So on mine, I have the little thing on the bottom. How I did that is I literally just came to elements and click out of that, add the shapes, put this on the bottom like half-ish, or maybe even less than half, maybe like right there. And then just come over and change the transparency so that you can still kind of see through it a little bit, and change the color unless that's the color you want. I'm going to change it to this green that matches this little thing. And then you can add things. So you could even add like your little picture here. You can put it up here. You can put it down here, or you can just do your words, or you can do both, or however you want to do that. Now, since your logo does pop up on TPT round, one little hack that I like to do is just to add a circle. And then I'm going to make it the whole way through. I'm going to change the color and the transparency. And this one you can't really see. So let's add a border. That'll help. Okay. So now you can see that this is what's going to pop up on TPT. So if you noticed that your words were like here, then your words are not going to work when it gets into a circle. So this is just like a guideline to make sure that everything you want is inside of the circle. And then you can get rid of the circle when you are content with how your stuff looks. Then you can just download them and add them to TPT, whether you want to use this one or this one. And you do that by going to your little picture, my account. After you click on my account, you're going to want to click on store profile. This is what we're after. We're going to click edit, and then just click replace photo, or just add a photo, and you can add your photo right there. And that's how you make your logo. So super easy.
All right, the next couple ones are all going to be under the customize area of your store. So when you go to your dashboard and then click on marketing, there's a little like magic wand and it says customize. And if you click there, then there's a couple of different things in there. So there's the store page leaderboard, and then there's the store page column banner. The leaderboard is the part that shows up right above your products. And so that is just a really good way to kind of get people to draw attention to things that you really want to draw attention to. So for example, mine says check the custom categories to find what you need, because I really want people to check my custom categories, because I have so many products in my store that it's really helpful for people to use the custom category feature in order to check things out. The second thing that you can do in your Teachers Pay Teacher store is the column banner. And this comes underneath those like custom categories and all of that down at the bottom. And it's more of like a little rectangle versus the banner. On mine, I chose to do click the star for updates, just in case people, want to make sure that you can do that. And for both of these, you can actually link. And so for my links on the column banner, I have it linked to my follow link, so that when people click on that also, then they also follow my store. And on my product page link and on my leaderboard, it links to most recent, because it usually automatically goes to the most popular. And I like to show the most recent, because a lot of times that's a lot of like seasonal products and things that are more relevant right now. Do be aware with these links that you are allowed to link to any of your products or things like your follow link, but you're not allowed to link off of TPT. So just be aware of that and make sure that you are linking to products in your store. You always want to make sure you're abiding by TPT's rules, because it's their platform, which means it's their rules.
Next up, we're going to go to my dashboard. On my dashboard, I'm clicking over on marketing, and then I'm going to click on this little guy that says customize. Here you can add two different things. So you have your leaderboard and your column banner. Your leaderboard pops up. Let's see if we can find it so you can see. So when you're looking at this, this is what we just talked about, the store quote. Here's our logo. This is your leaderboard. It's just this little part right here. So I'm directing people towards my custom categories to help them, easily find things. And then you can also come down here, and this little guy is this column banner. So it's just after all those things. So these are very simple. You just do like the same kind of thing. You're just going to type these into your Canva. So your first one, again, just come to the custom size, and your first one's going to be 718. Your second one's going to be 90. So we'll do 718 and 90 and go. Now on here, you can put whatever you want. I would use this as a good way to like advertise. So maybe you want to use this to talk about like, you could do this here. Click here to follow. Okay. And then we could add a little star in the background. So I'm just going to click here. Oh, recently used. Excellent. And we can do that. I'm going to change you to yellow. And then you can just click download and download that and add it there. You can also do a transparent background if you have a, you can also do a transparent background if you have the premium membership. Once you get it down, you're just going to click choose file and then go to that file, and you can add your link here. So to do that, you would go to your dashboard, and then right here click share follow link, and that's going to be your follow link that you can put there if you're talking about following. So like I have mine here for this one, which is down a little bit below. You can also add things like you can direct people towards certain custom categories. So maybe you're like, click here for back to school stuff, and then you can just click on your back to school and then take this link, and then that's all my back to school products right there, and I can link that there. So however you want to do that is fine. For your column banner, you're going to do the exact same thing. You're just going to do 160 by 200. So once you get the first ones, the other ones are actually really easy. They're very simple, and you do not have to use them for the same things that I use. You can direct people towards your like most, you can direct people towards like your best sellers. You can direct people towards like whatever you want to, sharing, following, different categories of products, just any of that kind of stuff. Just, use it wisely.
The third area you can customize is your personal quote box, and this is what shows up in the little like gray area, and it is going to be in your store profile. So you click on like your little logo up at the top, and then click on my account, and then go to store profile. This is where you add in your logo as well as adding in your personal quote. Now you can just type a quote, but it doesn't look very good. So I would suggest adding a little graphic in that area.
Next up, let's make this personal quote box. So what you want to look at is the files right here. So we want 450 by 150 pixels. Now the good thing about Canva, is that you can create a design and you can do a custom size. So I can do 450 by, what was the other one? 150 pixels, 150. And then I can create my new design. So it just shows up as a box, and you can add anything that you want here. So maybe you want to say just like, welcome to my store, or maybe you want to say like engaging math resources. Okay, that's what we're going for. You can make that bigger. You can also change it by doing that little number, just two different ways to do it. You can then add any graphics you want to do. So one thing you could do is upload like some of your products. That would be a good idea. So you could put, like here's some of my stuff. here's a product. There's a product. I use Canva a lot, so that's why I have a lot of these things in here. And let's stick with all music things, otherwise that's going to be confusing. And I'm going to put it there. Now, aesthetics wise, these two have blue and that one does not. So I'm going to put that one in the middle because it is different than the other two. And then actually I did want that way. I'm going to switch those around. If you want to change the position of something, you can just come up here and change that. No, I have it. Oh, I don't like that. Go back. There we go. And then you can do whatever. So you could do engaging math resources, and then you might want to add click the star to follow. Okay. Or you could do like click on, or you could do like click here for a freebie or something along those lines. One thing I like to do is to make sure that my words are going to stand out is to click on effects, and they have these different effects. The background's new. My personal favorite is this lift, and then you just go and it makes it much easier to see. Let's try that with a different color so you can like really appreciate the change. Okay, so like here it is. Oh, it stayed. Darn it. So like here is nothing. Lift. And then you go bloop, and then it really stands out that way. So that's one of my favorite things. Now, if you want to download this without the background, you can add a background or you can do it without a background. I would do it without a background by clicking download. Make sure you've got PNG and then click transparent background. Unfortunately, this is something you can only do if you do pay for Canva. So if you don't pay for Canva, then you're going to have to have a background, but it is the very best thing that you can do in order to but it is really helpful. That's actually the reason that I got Canva, was because I wanted to be able to do that in particular. Now, you can also make these animated. So you can either animate this by doing something like animating the writing, or you can animate the photos. So you can just come here to animate and you can do all these different things. Or you can add more than one page. So you can like duplicate it and then change these to different photos. So maybe we do that, or maybe we do here. Let's do click the star to follow. And then I can get rid of that, bring you down, and then go to star. Okay. Ooh, I went on the wrong one. And then we'll make you yellow. Position backward. Okay, so now I have 2 slides essentially, and I can download these as a GIF, a GIF of that one. So I just click download, and then I swap out this for a GIF and download that. So here's what that would look like. Ba-doop. And then ba-doop. That's kind of fun. Then if you do either an image or you can do a GIF, you can add it right here. Just choose the file and then make sure you're on image or link, because you can also do text. And then if you want to link it to a URL, so if you want to link like your store link, you could put that there, or whatever you want to do. I don't need you anymore because things have changed since I started. Or if you want to link to a certain product, you can put that there. Whatever you want to do. Like during distance learning, a lot of people put like distance learning activities, click here. You can do like back to school, click here, but then you got to change it every time. So I'm not about that. But that is how you do your banner.
The last way you can customize your site is probably the most important one. Maybe not the most important. Maybe your logo is the most important. Oh, I missed one. Uh-oh. Okay. The second to last way that you can customize your site is with custom categories. Custom categories are super helpful and so important because you can make categories for whatever is in your store that you have often, and it just really helps people to find them. So to get to this, you go to your store and then click on my product listings, and then you're gonna look for custom categories and click on manage custom categories, and then you can add in new categories. So I have lots of different things on here. I have some by subject, so I have like rhythm, I have melody, I teach music by the way. I have like song-based lessons and things like that, as well as like seasonal. So I have like back to school and Black History Month and Hispanic Heritage Month. And then I also have things that are more specific. So I have like color by note, digital solfege games, solfege matching games, and things like that that I make a lot of so that people can easily go there and so that I can easily send people to those. What I like to do with these is to have them sorted in a way that those are all like connected. So I use just different things like the little like, I don't know, greater than sign, less than sign, less than, I don't know, the little alligator thing on a couple of mine. So like color by note, digital solfege music, those things have like this thing so that they're all clumped together. And then I have like a dash next to recorder activities, rhythm activities, solfege activities, kind of like by type and different things like that, so that I can kind of sort them myself, because you can't really, I don't think you can, you? No, you can't sort them otherwise. So that's a little trick that you can do. Some people like emojis, but I don't know if you've noticed, I hate emojis. I would just have an irrational dislike of them. And so for that reason, I don't have emojis in my custom categories, but you can feel free to do whatever you want, because I am probably not your ideal customer. I realize that I am a weirdo. It's okay, but that's how I do mine. You know, you can use the asterisk, you can use the plus sign, like all those things to kind of group your things by the type. Otherwise, it goes by just alphabetical order. So custom categories are super helpful because people can easily find things in your store, especially if you have lots of stuff, so that they can find exactly what they're looking for. I like to really point out those things. So every couple months, I'll go on Instagram and be like, hey, did you notice these custom category things over here? You can sort by things so that you can easily find things that you need. And so just to make sure that everyone knows that they are there and they are useful.
All right, when we are doing custom categories, your custom categories are what pops up over here. Oh, I already clicked on one, so that's messed up. All right, so your custom categories are what is going to pop up over here on the left. And these are really helpful because they help people to see different things, and you can change and you can drive people towards, you know, it's just a way to organize it. So if I want people to click on find solfege games, then I can just click here and I can send them there. And if people are coming and looking and they're like, great, I need solfege games, there you go. I use these little marks at the beginning of mine to kind of organize them. So I have like, these are specific types of activities. These are more general things. We have like different seasons up here and just different things like that to help people figure out what is where and just make life a lot easier. To do that, all you need to do is click on your little store, click on my product listings, and then you're going to click on manage my categories. And then you can add categories by just adding it here, clicking add new category, save changes. It has recently taken a little bit of time for these to pop up. So like I had the other day where I added one and it didn't pop up immediately. So if that doesn't, you know, auto populate, don't freak out. Just come back like tomorrow and see if it's there, and hopefully it should be. It just, you know, sometimes takes a while because the internet is supposed to be like an instant thing, and it is not. Oh, apparently I haven't put anything into my ukulele activities or my Hispanic songs and lessons. So I should probably fix those because I do have products. I don't know why they're not in there. Anyway.
And the final way that might honestly be the most important that you can customize your TPT shop is with your covers. Your cover is your first photo of your resource that people are going to see when they are searching for your resource, or if they're on your store, that pops up. The reason covers are important is because, one, you're trying to attract eyes to your actual product, especially in the search, so you want to make sure that people know what it is, and two, your covers go all the way down your store, and so you can see them very easily. And so if you're someone like me who has recently changed your covers, then you can see all the different types of covers and some really old covers that need to be fixed, and I should really get on that. But just having the covers match and look good makes a huge difference. So I'm looking at like my featured products are up at the top. They all look really nice because they match, and then the ones down the side kind of don't because they don't, because I need to get on that, but you know, I'm working on it. So make sure that your covers are visually appealing, as well as that they have actual photos of your resource so people can see what your resource is, and it has easy to read text so that people can easily see what your product is, exactly what it is, how to use it, and whether or not it's going to be for them. You really want to make sure that your product is big so people can see it. You have easy to read text so that people know exactly what your product is, and then it's visually appealing so that, you know, it looks nice on your store. One more way that, again, I know I keep adding things, but one more way that you can customize your shop is with your featured products. So your featured products are the 4 ones that pop up at the top of your store, and these are super helpful because they pop up at the top, which means that when someone comes to your store, that's the first thing they see. So you really want to take advantage of these. I like to add in either my bestsellers or like seasonal products. So right now I'm filming this over the summer. It'll be a little later that you'll actually see it, but I have like a summer activity and a back to school activity, and then another summer activity, and then like an ice cream activity. So it's kind of summery. So when we get a little bit closer to back to school, I'm going to replace those with like all back to school. I usually use a lot of seasonal products, or again, just like really popular products. And I typically like to have at least 2 of them being bundles and just higher ticket items. That way people see them, they want to buy them, and then I make more money than if it's just, you know, $2. But I try to have like at least 1 product, 1 or 2 that's just like 1 product, and then 2 or 3 that are bundles, just depending on what I'm, you know, want to feature at that current moment.
Your featured products are the 4 products up at the top. They're really helpful to promote things that are relevant right now. So I am filming this over the summer, so that's why I have lots of summer things as well as some back to school things. Soon I'll be going through and changing it to all back to school things. And these are very simple to change out. You're just going to come over here to quick edit, and then you just toggle this, and if it's checked, then it's a featured product. If it's unchecked, then it's not. Make sure you hit the update, and then you're all good. Now, if you can't find your featured products, then you can come down here and just click on where it says product status, just click on featured, and then you will have all 4 of your featured products. So if you want to get rid of them, you can just unclick all of them, and then you can go to the new ones that you would like to click and update. I like to update these every few months to make sure that they're relevant, and I usually use a few seasonal products in there as well, just because that's the first thing people are going to see, and so I really want to like grab their attention off the bat.
So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ways that you can customize your TPT store. I hope that video was helpful. I guess I probably should have, you know, like separated out into different videos, but you know what? Here we are, and it's too late now. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.